I just wanted to share with both expats and Thai professionals information about Bangkok Executive Search. You can see that I'm on their website right now. I had personal experience with them. They placed me with an Asian consumer products company. As you can tell from my voice, I don't sound Thai. I'm actually American. I found myself in Thailand because my wife was offered an executive vice president role with her company, and it was a chance of a lifetime that, quite frankly, we couldn't say no to. So when I arrived in Bangkok, I didn't have any contacts or job offers. I couldn't get a transfer with my employer at the time. And it was going to be a difficult road ahead for me, obviously, because it's a different culture, different language. I'm new to the country. And my strategy initially was to contact every search firm in Bangkok. And early on, I had a lot of agencies agree to meet with me. And I can share with you that many firms use the term executive search firm very loosely, as there's nothing executive about the people working there or the jobs they've been hired to fill. I did reach out to Bangkok Executive Search. As you can see from the screen, I went to their website, I went to their contact page, I sent them an email. What was sent back to me was a form letter stating that they don't take phone calls. They don't take office visits. What they do is reach out to the best people in the industry for opportunities with their clients. And if my profile fit that, then they would reach out to me. So if you've reached out to them, don't be disappointed. You just have to be persistent. Perhaps you might know somebody who's worked with them. And sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know that can really lead to a great opportunity. Now, getting into Bangkok Executive Search and their process, it's something that people need to be aware of because it's something very different. What had happened was the first interview, I was told that it would be a lunch interview, and I was anticipating just having lunch with the recruiter. But I get to the office, and the first thing the recruiter insists on is that we take my car. And it was awkward because I wasn't expecting anyone to be in my car, and I'm thankful because I always keep my car really clean. But the reason they do that is because they're trying to throw candidates constantly, off the path of predictability, where you don't know what they're going to ask you next, and you can't plan for it. And after I was offered the job, I had conversations with the recruiter, and he said to me, "We know you've interviewed lots of times. You've heard all the same questions. Tell us about your biggest weakness. Tell us about a time where you faced a problem and how you addressed the situation. Those types of things." And he goes, "And if I'm sitting across from you in my office asking you questions, I'm not really going to get to really the heart of who you are, because you're just going to give me scripted responses. I'm trying to find out what you're all about." And it starts with how we travel to our first lunch interview, which is getting a sense of, are you a clean person? Are you organized? Because if I get in somebody's car and it's a total mess, uh, that's who they really are, and that's what I can expect they're going to bring to the workplace. But in any case, we get to the restaurant, and my current CEO is there along with one of our biggest clients. And again, that wasn't something that I was expecting. And we're sitting there for 2 hours over lunch, and I didn't take a standard interview question. It was, this is a problem that we're having. Tell us about how you would solve that. And then from my responses, there would be follow-up questions. And there was really two main questions that were posed to me, and then all the dialogue and conversation just flowed from my responses on that. And apparently, depending on what job you interview with Bangkok Executive Search on, you might meet with three people. One might be an operations person, one might be finance. For somebody else, it might be human resources, and then someone from the legal department. And they're just going to pose questions to you. And what they're really trying to gain a sense of is how deep is your level of understanding within an organization, how quickly you can think on your feet. Do you come up with quick responses, in a difficult situation? And you can't prepare for the kinds of questions they're going to ask you. So if you think that you're going to come up with an answer to, tell me about your biggest weakness, tell me about a time you faced a problem, what would colleagues say is their biggest frustration working with you? all those kinds of things. You're not going to get that in an interview with them. And the recruiter told me, if you get a chance to interview with us, we take your resume, basically throw it out the window. We don't care what you did 5 years ago, last year. We want to see how quick you are on your feet, because everybody works in different companies, and some people have really great support staff. Some people don't. Some people have a lot of resources available to them. Some people don't. And so not everybody's walking in with the um, same resources and abilities to get things done. But by the way we ask questions, we're really going to determine how intelligent you are and how good you'll be for our clients. So what I can tell you is that send them an email through their contact page on the website that you're seeing through this video, and then just try to follow up with them. And one thing that I will tell you is that don't send them a resume that's just about your job responsibilities. Send them a resume that shows them what you've been able to accomplish. That's one thing that I did when I sent them a resume, and that was something that someone suggested that I do. The contact for my wife, who knows them really well, he said, if you've cut costs 30% over 3 years, put that in there. If you've reduced turnover by 40% over 5 years, put that in there. Give them accomplishments versus job responsibilities, and that's how you'll get a phone call from them. So they are a fantastic search firm. If you're a company, I would call them. You probably have already called them or have a relationship with them. If you're an executive, a senior level professional, that's a firm that you want to try to establish a relationship with. So I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck to all of you. Bye-bye.